The really fundamentally important consequence, however, of these cuts is not the figures, it's not the maths, it's the deaths. These gaps are real in human terms. They contradict the assertions, in my view, of those who decided on the cuts, essentially that aid made little difference. Let me cite a couple of these evidence-based reports. One early report told us the USAID cuts alone would contribute between 500,000 and 1 million additional deaths a year. That's real. That's not maths in the budget. A later and more comprehensive report estimates that by the end of this decade, between 9.4 million and 2.6 million people could die as a result of aid cuts across the world. So it all started with the US government cuts after President Trump came in. The demolition of USAID and the 50% cut in funding by the world's largest donor. This was followed by similar, though slightly smaller in percentage terms, aid cuts from this country and then other European donors. I went to Mali and then Burkina Faso in the Sahel in the course of 22-23. In Burkina Faso, which had just had a coup, I was helicoptered in to a small town of about 60,000 people. No road access. The Al-Qaeda groups were fighting the government forces all the way around this place. But they hadn't stopped 70,000 displaced people coming and living right next to the village. No food was going in. Aid was pretty much dead. While I was there, studying this, I discovered and was told by some of the mothers of Djibo, Djibo is the name of this town, how they have been trying to help feed their own families and the families of these unexpected and welcomed neighbours. They'd fed them on the leaves from their trees, on the salt, and these had run out because after a time there were no more leaves. So what did they do, these mothers? They simply started going every single night in the dark across the battle lines, the Al-Qaeda battle lines, to find trees a bit further away. And they brought back leaves in a backpack to provide food and succor for their children. The humanity of those communities that I've had the privilege to see has not diminished. In fact, it's flourished under these terrible circumstances. They are your counterpart and my counterpart. And so what I'm saying simply is that in looking at the need for a real reset of the global social compact between generosity and need, between the givers and the given, you have a magnificent role ahead of you if official agencies slip. I'm not saying it's easy to find these people. It's dangerous. But there are ways and networks and all sorts of things which I and many other people know quite a lot about. And you can get to these people and make them be the drivers with you of that arc across the world of why generosity is more than stabilizing. It's a moral issue and a moral compact that you are leading.